All right, I'm joined here by head trainer Gert Strydom, Coach G. Gert, how's the year been for you? How are you feeling?
Thanks for having me again, Maiden. What can I say? We had a good year. So far, the year's almost out. We've got another fight early next year, but this year was, and the previous year, last 2 years, I think we've been unbeaten in the last 2 years in fights with the boys. So we've had a good year, very good year. We're happy.
And the highlight for your year, I mean, I know you don't like to single guys out, but you've had Sean Potgieter becoming, the SA champion. You've had Kane Free becoming the IBF Continental Africa champion. It's been a good time, and seeing these young guys evolve and become role models in their communities, that must be rewarding for you.
Yes, it's very rewarding to see how the boys grow and how they achieve, and especially the level that they are now. People's taking note of them, and they're just good ambassadors to the sport and to their communities, and I can't complain about the boys. We're all on a high at the moment, and we're just enjoying the ride.
Let's talk about the most recent thing that happened. Kane Free, sensational result against Mohamed Wasiru. Obviously, fight went one way, then it went the other way, and it was just so action-packed. Ultimately coming out with a stoppage victory, which enters him into the top 20 into the lightweight world rankings. Can you sum up Kane Free, and where do you think he's at? What do you want for him coming up?
As you mentioned, his last fight 2 weeks ago was a bit of a seesaw fight. Wasiru, we knew he was going to come hard and strong. If you look at the kid's record, he had 14 fights, 14 wins, 13 stoppages. So we knew he was a bit of a puncher and that he was going to come hard. And he did come hard. From the word go, he jumped on Kane and he came out like a train. Scored a knockdown on Kane. The punch landed just after the bell, and Kane went down. The referee stuffed it up a bit. He counted Kane where he was supposed to warn the other fighter and give Kane time to recover. He missed it, and it scared us a bit. But Kane shook it off and he came back strong. It took him a round or two to find his bearings and his range. But then in round 4, when he found his range and he landed on Wasiru, that was it. That was the end of it. But he scared us a bit. But I think we got out of the fight that what we wanted to get out of it. We saw what we wanted to see. Not that we wanted to happen again or too often. But we needed that fight, and I think Kane is now, the way he fought back, he showed everybody and me that he's ready to take on the next level of fighters, and I think he's going to do well next year.
Yeah, I think when you see the names that he's surrounded with, particularly in the ratings, you almost pinch yourself, because you look at them and you think those are world-class names. Those are names that have been, some of them are former world champions, some of them are current world champions. Do you think now is the time for him to jump against one of those guys, or do you think as a co-manager as well, do you think it's advisable for him maybe to take an easier overseas fight first, or where are you at with regards to that?
I don't know. There's no such a thing as an easy fight, but I think me and Colin as managers, we know where we're at with the kid, and I think we're just he was fast-tracked from the beginning of his career. We fast-tracked him a bit because of the standard of opponents that he was up against. Yeah, we could do that, but now he's top 20 in the world. Things have changed a bit. I think we're going to just slow it down and be very careful who we pick next to fight. I think it's another year and a half before he's going to start picking. So, I think the next 3-4 fights, even if it's outside, we'll pick his opponents very carefully and just hang in there with the top boys until his opportunity comes. But I think he's still about a year and a half, 2 years away from a big title shot. We're not chasing any titles. We're not chasing any names at the moment. We just want to hang in there and just gain the experience and get ring time and just build and become better and stronger. And I think in a year and a half's time from now, we'll start looking at fighting one of the really top names and maybe for a title.
Yeah, it's exciting, obviously, looking at Kane, because you've taken him from early days and until now, and just seeing. I think it's hard to predict sometimes in the beginning of a career, but you've always been confident in the young man to do great things, and he looks the part for now. He's knocking out everybody. He got a nice test in the last fight. If you had to pick his next fight, I know that's not concrete and that nothing's being announced yet for next year, but who do you think would be a good opponent for him?
To be honest with you, Aiden, I haven't looked at his next opponent at all yet. I don't even have anybody in mind. I think we're just going to leave it for now until the new year, and then he's going to come back into training in a week and a half's time. We're just going to start running again, and then early in the new year we'll sit down and we'll look at who's there and who's available to fight. And then we'll decide if we're going to do another local fight or maybe an international. But me and Colin will have to sit and go through the list and then we'll decide. But obviously, I don't need another puncher now. I think we'll work around the punches for now. He showed us that he can take a crack. But we're looking at it long term, and I don't want him to fight those hard fights now. The time to fight the hard fights will come in time, but not now.
100%. And special young talent, Kane Unfree. Moving on to another boxer of yours, Sean Potgieter. Obviously disappointed in the fact that he wanted to get a defense of his SA title. It would have been a nice fight between him and Chris. I know you guys are working behind the scenes on something else that isn't going to be announced just yet. But are you excited about Sean Potgieter in the heavyweight division and what he's doing?
Yes, look, Sean has come on with leaps and bounds over the last couple of months. He surprised everybody when he won the SA title against Gomes. He was the underdog there because he was stopped by Gomes before. Everybody thought it was going to go the same way. Sean showed a lot of heart and character in that fight, and he pulled it off in the 11th round where he got a stoppage over Gomes. And yes, he was going to do a defense of his title against Chris Thompson. Unfortunately, Chris injured himself, and he won't be available for the next couple of months. But something else bigger and better came up I want to mention it, but we can't really mention it right now. It is an international fight against one of the top boys. An announcement will be made soon, but there is something in the pipeline. In fact, we've signed a contract already. We're working on our visas and we'll be leaving soon. I think I can tell you where it is. It's going to be in Australia. I'm not going to mention a name who we're fighting there, but it is one of the top guys. And we're looking forward to it. You can see in the background there, Sean is putting in the hours and he's doing the hard work with Donnie. He's training very, very hard with Donnie. He's doing 3-4 sessions, brutal sessions every week. Donnie has got him on a caveman program, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime for Sean. If he pulls this one off in his next fight, he'll be in the mix, and the sky's the limit for him then.
Looking forward to that, and obviously looking forward to the announcements to see who's going to be mixing it up with in the next couple of weeks' time. Tristan Nadu, another one of the boxers that he had an unfortunate cancellation of his bout. I'm sure you guys were looking forward to seeing what he could do since you put in a lot of work with him.
Yes, he was ready to fight, and then on the 11th hour they cancelled the event on us. Still not too sure what happened there, but I know Briggs was involved and they pulled out. They couldn't secure the purse monies and the event got cancelled. That was very disappointing, as I say, he was ready to fight. But we'll just soldier on. He's had a good year with us since he joined us mid-year. He joined us in July. He had one fight. He had one nice stoppage win. So I just think things will happen for the kid in the new year. Hopefully the fight starts early, and we'll get him going and see where he ends up. But so far so good with Tristan. He's hanging in there, and he's lifted his game. He's fit in well with the rest of the team, And yeah, he's part of us now, and I think he's gonna make a mark next year in the lightweight division now.
Tristan mentioned in his interview that he'd like to explore his options, maybe with Boxing 5 promotions, maybe with the Warrior Sense program. Where do you see him ultimately ending up and fighting on?
Look, anywhere where he can get action now, we'll consider it. Obviously, I work very closely with Boxing 5, with Larry and Colin and the guys, and it would be a bonus if they give him an opportunity to showcase his skill on one of their shows. But if not, we'll fight him wherever we get an opportunity. The main thing is he's got to stay busy, he's got to stay active, and that's the only way we're going to move forward and build these boys is with activity. So yeah, even if it's with another promoter, we'll consider it. But as I said, I would like him to get an opportunity on one of the Boxing 5 shows.
So today we in Donnie Dupree's gym here in Edenvale. I'd say it's Edenvale. Can you speak about your relationship? Because you guys obviously, between yourself, Donnie, Neil, got a good thing going in the corner there. A lot of success going on. What's the relationship like between you and Donnie?
Look, Donnie does the strength and conditioning out of his gym here in Edenvale. I work very closely with Donnie. Donnie is the guru in what he does. When it comes to strength and conditioning, I don't think there's anybody in the country that can train with Donnie. And then on a personal level, yeah, Donnie is not just a assistant coach or part of the team. Me and Donnie, we're more like brothers. We were very, very, very close, and and we work well together. Donnie also is very strict in what he does. He's a no-nonsense guy when it comes to his training. His training sessions are very brutal. That's why a lot of fighters train here with him only 2-3 sessions, then they disappear. Because it is really, you've seen now what he did with Sean here. It's next level stuff. Sean did stuff here that heavyweights usually don't do, and he's done a full session the same as the flyweights. So yeah, and if you look at Sean's body, you can see the change. He transformed completely, and that's all credit to Donnie. Donnie and his wife Shemaine, she works out all the diets and all the eating programs for the boys, and Donnie does all the strength and conditioning training with him. And I'm concentrating more on the boxing side of things, the boxing skill, game plans, and all that. But yeah, me, Donnie, and Neil, and Anthony, the rest of the boys in my team, we work very well together. We know where we stand with each other. Every guy's got a job, and everybody in the team only does his job, and that's, I think, why we're so successful.
What is the goals for next year? Do you think it'll be an even bigger and better year? Maybe some big fights lined up?
Yes. Look, the sky's the limit for these boys. We're not in it to be ordinary. We wanna be great. Sean wants to be great. He wants his name to go into the books as not just as a SA heavyweight champ. He wants to go out and test the waters and win bigger titles abroad. Kane Fourie, he's a superstar in the making. The sky is the limit for the kid. I think when it comes to punching power in that weight division, I think he can hang with the top guys in that weight division, and he'll knock out any lightweight if he lands on him. I don't care if you're number 1 or number 2 in the world or a champ. If Kane Fourie lands on you clean, he'll knock you out. So, and that's one of the things in today's boxing. Doesn't matter what weight division you're fighting in. You must be able to punch. All the boys in all the weight divisions, that's top class fighters, they can all punch. There's no place for fighters that can't punch. You must be able to punch, and that's where Donnie comes in. Donnie programs make sure that these boys get stronger and more powerful, and they can all punch. Sean is a puncher. keen as a puncher, and that's all because of the training they do here with Donnie. So what Donnie brings to the table is a lot, and it's very important. So a lot of credit must go to Donnie and his wife for what they bring to the table in terms of the strength and conditioning. I don't think Sean and these boys would have won titles if they didn't train with Donnie. As I said, what Donnie brings to the table is a lot.
And then just lastly, Gert, any thank yous, any shout outs from you?
Yeah, I just want to thank all our supporters, all the Oaks that supported us throughout the year. And then I just want to put a special thanks out there to Sherwin from Damascus. You know, he's also like a brother to me. The last 10 years, we've worked very closely together, and he's always backing me. He's always got my back. Whenever I need anything in the industry, I can always just press on Sherwin's button and he'll be there for us. So I just want to really thank Sherwin for his input, not just with me, but for what he does for the rest of the industry. I don't think there's a gym in this country that hasn't got a piece of Damascus equipment in. And also, he does a lot of free stuff for people that's underprivileged and underprivileged gyms. And you know, a lot of people don't know it and don't see it, but we that in the game, we see it from our side. He's always prepared to give back. And from my side, I just want to thank him a lot for his input and for everything that he's done not just for me, but for the industry as a whole. Thanks, sir.